morning and welcome to Friday morning Qigong. Let's start with a bit of a shake. So let's have a good wideish stance to create a good foundation, a solid foundation. And then just gently, or as vigorously as what feels good, just having a little bounce up and down. Let your arms be long and heavy and loose. Just give them a break from having to do anything. Jelly arms. Be solid through the feet, really feeling that connection down into the earth, that your feet sink down into the earth. And let's focus on the breath. It's using the breath. We'll focus on it quite a bit, I think, today. So as we breathe out, just see if we can release any held tension. Feels quite good to breathe into spaces and places that are habitual holding places. So taking the breath, the warm, soothing breath to these places, and then exhaling, letting go. In my body, the traditional holding place is, places are all through the sort of upper shoulder, trapezius, collarbones feel a bit tight and achy. So drawing the breath into all of that shoulder area, front and back, and just gently releasing with the out breath. Letting the shake and the bounce assist with that release. And just keeping a vague eye out for any tension starting to arise anywhere else. Start to feel the calf muscles tightening up a little bit from the posture. Just loosening that off a little bit. Changing the bounce. Adjusting stance. Using the breath. And allowing your body to move in any way that helps it to release these patterns of holding. So I can start to feel that this gentle sort of toing and froing of the shoulders is going to be helpful. Just letting your body inform you. So it's very much connecting with that sort of observer, that observation role, stepping back, getting out of the way and letting the body's wisdom and intelligence start to inform the movement. let it inform the shake. So whether the shake is gentle or a bit more vigorous. I'm going to keep going with the shake for another minute or so. Bringing your mind back to the shake, back to the breath. Shake's feeling really good. It's a bit hard to bring it to a stop, so just going to keep going for a little bit more, not much longer. Few more breaths, releasing on the out breath. Yawning and burping, all those sorts of things, great indication that something's moving. Okay, we're going to just start to gently bring that into stillness, into standing. So letting the feet sink more deeply into the earth, spreading the toes, spreading the feet, opening up through bubbling springs, opening up through the foot. Ankles are soft, soften through the calves, the shins. Knees slightly bent, soften through the groin, aligning the pelvis, stacking the spine, reaching up through the crown, softening the hands, wrists, elbows, armpits, all across the shoulders. Chest, tuck the chin a little, round down through the feet, reaching up through the crown. Connecting with the breath. Lengthen and slowing the breath. Curious and interested in the sensations in the body. Directing the breath to anywhere that feels held or uncomfortable, and releasing with the out breath. Softening, opening, letting go, surrendering. Deep inhalation, right down into the belly, filling all of the lungs, and long, slow exhalation, letting go. And for a last half minute of standing, opening up even more through the feet, through the crown of the head. Softening, widening, letting go, allowing. And gather the fingertips at the lower dantian. We're going to shift our weight to the side. Going to come into a wing form, lifting the knee, and heel goes down. Let's come all the way to bubbling springs, connecting with bubbling springs, coming up and placing the foot back down, back to the dantian, shifting to the other side, knee comes up, connect all the way down to bubbling springs, and coming back. Let's do that a couple more times. So you have a long, slow inhalation as we come into the wing form. And slow exhalation down to bubbling springs. Let's inhale again as we come up. Same movement this time, we're just going to come down to the knee. Still connecting with bubbling springs, but not bending so far forward. Slow, long breath, slow, steady movement. Using the out breath to release tension, just to let go. Letting the movement be slow and considered, just to help with really lengthening the breath, breathing right down into the abdomen. Letting each part of the form flow into the next. Barely a moment of stillness. Reconnecting with lower dantian each time. Do one more on each side. So long, slow breath, slow movement. Focusing on ease and flow. And back to standing. Let's keep the hands in front of lower dantian, helping to ground the mind, chi, sinking into earth, stacking the spine. Connect with the breath. Long, slow, soft breath. Breathing into anywhere that feels tight or uncomfortable. Using the breath to release, to let go. Whole body softens and widens and surrenders. Let's keep with the standing for a little bit longer. Turning the palms to connect with bubbling springs. Bubbling springs opens to earth. Crown of the head opens to heaven. Using the breath. So I'm getting this image of a form that I have never seen or done before. So I'm not sure if this is going to make it up onto YouTube or not, but we will see what happens. So bear with me while my body and chi just kind of works it out. There's a sense of wanting to move into a diagonal position, drop the hands, and then come across the body, drop the hands, coming across the body. So we're following this figure of 8 somehow. Just let your body kind of flow into it, just trusting the movement, the process. Finding the flow for you in that, so it might sort of shift and change a little bit. There's a sense of following this figure of 8, this flat figure of 8, sort of an infinity sign across the body, and it feels like the center of that is in around the solar plexus and the earth center. That might be different for you. Just feel into where that center of the figure of 8 is. And let your breath find an easy, long and slow rhythm. Keeping the shoulders soft, hands and arms soft. Then a slight shift in my movement to the hands kind of trailing each other. See if that feels okay for you. It's a bit easier in the system. And a shift in a desire to include the whole body and the Wei Chi, the field emanating from the body, just moving everything through. Nothing sticks. We are going to pause momentarily and then we're going to reverse the flow. The crown of the head all the way down into the feet, below the feet. Long, slow inhale, exhale, finding a gentle rhythm with your breath. And each exhalation, softening, releasing, letting go. And it feels quite nice to sort of connect down to earth. Feels like I'm almost sort of gathering and then releasing down into earth. Allowing the hands to move through the body. Rolling up into the field. Hands and breath. Releasing, moving chi through, letting go, clearing. We'll do one more full figure of eight. And let's come back to our standing posture. Sinking down into earth, spreading the feet. Soften knees, soften through the groin. Tilting the pelvis to allow the spine to be stacked long. Reaching up through the crown. Eyes open. Wide perceptual field. Let the feet really spread and sink. Open crown. Connecting with the breath. Staying really grounded through the feet. On slow inhalation and exhalation. And either just watching the breath or continuing to use the breath to let go and release. Sinking further down into earth. Opening even more to heaven. Long, slow breath. Very gently coming out of posture. Your feet, a little bit of movement. Let's just finish with coming into a connection with the Ren and the Do channels. So back of the hands coming up, back of the body, over, crown of the head, down the center line of the front of the body, into the perineum, and round we go again. Long, slow breath. Staying connected with these two channels. Continuing to use that out breath to soften and surrender, to let go, just to release any tension, any discomfort. Do that one more time. Letting that go, letting the arms completely relax, making any adjustments to your posture, connecting with the breath. Long, slow breath right down into the abdomen. And repeating silently in your mind an I am statement, such as I am an artist, I am a child of God, I am happy and healthy. Breathing in, I am. Breathing out, I am. One more last deep breath in and out. And gently coming out of the posture, coming back to movement.